Hezbollah's leader Hasan Nasrallah was killed in an Israeli airstrike during a meeting with senior Hezbollah commanders in Beirut, a move that has sent shockwaves throughout Lebanon and the wider Middle East. Today, we will explore the implications of this significant event on Hezbollah, Israel, and the overall stability of the region. Hasan Nasrallah had been a pivotal figure in Hezbollah for over 3 decades. Known for his charisma and strategic acumen, he transformed Hezbollah from a local militia into a powerful political and military force in Lebanon. His assassination is being described as one of the most consequential targeted killings in recent years. The Israeli military characterized the operation as a necessary step in its long-standing campaign against what it sees as terrorist threats emanating from Lebanon. This raises several important questions about the future of Hezbollah and the broader geopolitical landscape. In the aftermath of Nasrallah's death, Hezbollah confirmed the loss and vowed to continue its holy war against Israel, framing Nasrallah as a martyr whose legacy would inspire further resistance. The group's statement emphasized that history has proven that the resistance, whenever its leaders die as martyrs, will be succeeded on the same path by a generation of leaders who are more valiant. This sentiment reflects a historical pattern in the region, where the deaths of prominent leaders often galvanize further action rather than demoralizing supporters. Witnesses in Lebanon described scenes of mourning, with gunfire erupting in the streets of Beirut as residents expressed their grief and defiance. Many Lebanese view Nasrallah as a national figure who stood up to Israeli aggression, and his assassination has left a significant emotional impact on the populace. With Nasrallah gone, the question of succession looms large. Who will step into his shoes? While there are several potential candidates within the organization, none possess his unique combination of charisma, political savvy, and military experience. Analysts suggest that the lack of a strong, unifying figure could lead to internal divisions within Hezbollah. Historically, leadership changes in militant organizations have led to both fragmentation and radicalization. Nasrallah's absence could embolden more hardline elements within Hezbollah, leading to escalated conflict with Israel. Alternatively, it might provide an opportunity for more moderate voices to emerge, although the latter seems less likely given the prevailing sentiment of vengeance following his assassination. From Israel's viewpoint, the assassination represents a strategic victory in its ongoing conflict with Hezbollah. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the operation, claiming it would facilitate the return of displaced Israelis and could pressure Hamas to release hostages taken during the recent conflict. However, Israeli officials also cautioned that this action could provoke significant retaliation, potentially leading to an escalation of hostilities along the northern border. The Israeli military has indicated that more strikes are planned, suggesting that the operation to kill Nasrallah was part of a broader strategy to dismantle Hezbollah's operational capabilities. This raises concerns about the possibility of a wider military conflict, particularly if Hezbollah responds with increased aggression, including attacks on Israeli civilians or military installations. Iran, Hezbollah's primary ally, has expressed outrage over Nasrallah's assassination. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declared a period of mourning and stated that Hezbollah would continue to lead the resistance against Israeli aggression. The Iranian government has called for a strong response, indicating that it views the assassination as an attack on its influence in the region. The potential for an Iranian response poses a significant risk to regional stability. Iran has numerous proxy forces in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, all of which could be mobilized in retaliation against Israeli interests. The question remains whether Iran will opt for direct military action or seek to use its proxies to create chaos in a more covert manner. Simultaneously, Hamas has expressed solidarity with Hezbollah, framing Nasrallah's assassination as a call to arms against Israel. The recent history of Hamas's conflict with Israel, particularly the ongoing situation raises further questions about the dynamics at play. Will Hamas seize this moment to escalate its own military activities, further complicating the situation? Hamas leaders have already hinted at a broader resistance strategy that includes Hezbollah's fight against Israel. This collective resistance could embolden both groups, resulting in an increased frequency of cross-border attacks. As tensions escalate, the humanitarian implications for both Lebanon and Israel are alarming. Thousands of civilians on both sides have already been displaced due to ongoing hostilities, and the recent violence will likely exacerbate this situation. Reports indicate that in the aftermath of Nasrallah's assassination, the Lebanese Health Ministry has recorded casualties among civilians, further complicating an already dire humanitarian crisis. The international community must be prepared to address the humanitarian needs arising from this conflict. With the potential for increased violence, aid organizations may struggle to deliver assistance, especially in regions heavily impacted by airstrikes and military operations. Nasrallah's death could have lasting effects on the geopolitical dynamics of the Middle East. It may embolden Israel to adopt a more aggressive posture toward its neighbors, confident that it can eliminate key threats. Conversely, it could catalyze a more unified resistance among Iranian allies, as demonstrated by Hamas's immediate condolences and expressions of solidarity with Hezbollah. Furthermore, the assassination could lead to a re-evaluation of foreign policy by other regional powers. Countries that have maintained a cautious distance from the Iran-Hezbollah alliance may feel pressure to take sides, potentially reshaping alliances and enmities in the region. In conclusion, the assassination of Hasan Nasrallah is a critical turning point in the long-standing conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. Its implications stretch far beyond Lebanon, affecting regional stability, humanitarian conditions, and the geopolitical landscape. As various actors respond to this significant event, the international community must remain vigilant and proactive in seeking to mitigate further escalation and address the urgent humanitarian needs arising from this volatile situation. The ongoing tensions between Israel, Hamas, and Hezbollah could easily spill over into Syria, given the complex web of alliances and enmities in the region. Syria has been a battleground for various factions, and with Hezbollah actively engaged in supporting Palestinian groups, the likelihood of retaliatory strikes from Israel against Hezbollah positions in Syria is heightened. Furthermore, if Israel intensifies its military operations against Hezbollah or Hamas, it may prompt Iranian forces and their proxies to retaliate from Syrian territory, escalating the conflict further.